Welcome back to Colorado Log Home Build, Episode 4. Today's episode will be metal garage and concrete pad. So my goal was to build a garage so I had a place to keep my tools and to keep vehicles and to secure everything so once winter hit, I'm good. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with a wood frame or a steel frame or a wood siding or steel siding until I talked to the county and they gave me some information about the snow load and the wind load. I found out the snow load for the county I was in is 75 pounds per square foot, and the wind load is hurricane strength. It's 150 miles per hour. I chose a company named Absolute Steel. The website is absoluterv.com. I looked at lots of different companies. I looked at different models. Price had a lot to do with it. Delivery had a lot to do with it. But overall, I wanted something strong. I went ahead and ordered a kit for a 24 by 32 garage. I wanted something that was wide enough for 2 cars, plus a little walkway, maybe tools, and then something deep enough to add a shop to the back. Absolute Steel sent me the information I needed to go ahead and get the permit applied for and purchased. I also had all the details I needed to get a quote or two for concrete. I went with a local provider and they came out and started doing the work. I was still working a full-time job, but I was remote. But I was able to keep an eye on the workers and come out after hours and check the status. One mistake that I had done is I had leveled the area and packed it down with the Kubota tractor, then again with my tractor, but it really wasn't compacted enough, and therefore when they dug to set the forms, some of the sidewalls collapsed. So then we had to rent a compactor and really put some extra weight to it. The result was we had to use more concrete than anticipated, which was about $300 more.
Tendría poquita más agua. Tendría poquita más agua. ¿Quieres nada más?
Once the concrete was cured, my daughter and I started putting in the initial outside walls with concrete anchors. Approximately every 4 feet there was a riser that went in place to hold the stud walls. Once the outside perimeter was in place, we started putting together the trusses and the supports. Luckily, I had purchased some high-end Milwaukee cordless screwdrivers and multiple batteries so we could constantly keep working, putting in screw after screw after screw. Then came time to stand the trusses up. These were approximately 400 pounds each, so I devised a way to use my tractor using bucket forks to lift them one by one.
here we are. This is the scariest part so far, let me tell you. But we're learning. Definitely a two-man job.
Once the trusses were in place and screwed in tight, then it's time to add additional supports both on the sidewalls and on the roof. These were at pre-designed heights and distances, so they had to be in place because once you start attaching the sheet metal, you need to be able to measure it from the outside. There was actually very little cutting that we had to do until we got to the sheet metal. It was really nice to see I could put that big 3/4 ton van in there and have room for another car. In fact, my Jeep fit right behind it.
Oh, now it's recording.
So we started putting up the sheet metal on the outside. I had also purchased a package that had some insulation. It was a 4-foot by 40-foot rolls of this thin aerospace type insulation. The seams had to be taped, and I'm not really sure what the R factor was, but it's pretty thin, so I can't imagine it's much. Once all the sheet metal was in place and the insulation, then it's just a matter of adding the trim. The trim was very simple. It does make it look better, but it's not quite what I expected. I have since found out that every fall we get Chinook winds. This was November, and in fact I think it was November 13th, and the wind can blow through there like son of a gun. I had ordered a garage door about 3 weeks prior, and it had an ETA of about 4 weeks, but I found out that that ETA is Denver area, and then getting a truck to deliver it is a whole nother story. It was nice to actually build something on the property and have some type of structure that we could start using, but until we get the garage door, nothing was really secure, especially from the wind and the snow that was about to hit. I had tried to rush the garage door to be delivered, but to no avail. We actually got our first snow, which was about 6 inches, 2 days later, and the garage could not be delivered because there was snow on the ground. Go figure.
Can you hear that?
So finally the garage door came. I installed it, and then the sun came out. So I took the motorhome back to Denver because I knew I wouldn't be able to stay on the property and do any work. Meanwhile, we're getting quite a bit of snow in Denver and at the Alpine Rose. Thank you for watching.